So, hello everybody. This is pretty exciting for me to be here in my own kitchen in southern Alberta and to be connecting with you at Seabird Island Health and the communities, hopefully, that are nearby. So, hello to everybody. Miss you and wish I could be there, but it's kind of exciting that I can be doing this remotely and connecting individually with clients and doing these videos to help you to imagine a better, healthier you and to create that better, healthier you. So in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about some key principles that we'll expand on later. So as you know, we are in a global health crisis, and that is, of course, the coronavirus that has us all in lockdown and in our own homes and not doing too much of anything outside of our homes. So hopefully you're able to keep working and stay healthy. And so that's our main objective, and I want to help you to be able to do that. So coronavirus, as you know, is the individuals that it affects the most are those with underlying conditions. Now, there's outside that box, there's obviously some, but we talk about underlying conditions a lot. So to me, the real global health crisis is the fact that we are seeing chronic diseases and health concerns rising steadily. And so many people consider that those chronic diseases are, they're in their family, they're passed on from one generation to the next and blame it on their genetics or their family history. But I really believe, and I'm going to teach you why this is the case, is that they're passed on through our family history because of our food habits are passed on through our families and our behaviors and lifestyle choices. So we want to have discussions to help us to change those lifestyle choices and our relationship with food. And as we're thinking about making changes, I came across this quote a few months ago that has really impacted me, and it talks a lot about, it speaks to our relationship with food, and it can be applied to lots of things, but the quote is, if you want to make small changes, then do things differently. If you want to make big changes, then you need to see things differently. So how does that relate to food? Well, think about in a month from now, we're going to be celebrating New Year's, and we're going to have all our New Year's resolutions, unless we've completely given up on them. But people will do things like, I'm going to go to the gym every day or so many times a week. I'm going to stop eating at 8 o'clock at night. I'm only going to eat or I'm going to stop eating chocolate, I'm going to stop drinking pop, I'm going to stop going to fast food. So these are all doing things differently. And typically, these changes don't last for very long. So if we want to make long, permanent changes, we need to see our relationship with food differently. We have to see food differently, food for what it really is. So with that in mind, I'm going to teach you a principle that is the predictor of whether you're going to be healthy or not if you apply this principle. So, or is a great predictor for health. And that is the principle of nutrient density. You sometimes hear it of caloric density, and we can talk about it in both ways. But for today, we're going to focus on nutrient density. And nutrient density, a doctor named Dr. Joel Fuhrman came up with this formula. It is that nutrient or health is equal to nutrients in the food divided by the calories in that food, or that amount of food. So if somebody were to eat things that are high on the nutrient density score regularly, and you can see foods behind me, those are high on the nutrient density score, then if that's their typical eating pattern, then we would be able to predict a long and healthy life for them. They can still get hit by a truck or have some other thing happen, but their health projection would be a good one. Conversely, if someone were to eat highly processed foods, food-like products is what I like to call them, and eat foods that are low in nutrient density, then we would predict for that individual that they would have chronic diseases and struggle with their health over time. So let's make it visual here. I'm going to show you 3 samples of food and show you the nutrient density. So sample number 1, you see that is oil, canola oil. It is 12 teaspoons of oil, and that is 400 calories. And if this was approximately the volume of your stomach, which is a liter mason jar, that barely fills the bottom, and that's 400 calories. And that 400 calories is just fat. That's the only one macronutrient in it, no other nutrients, no fiber, no nothing. So 400 calories right there, barely a dent in your stomach. You could drink it and not even notice that you're full, but you've had 400 calories. Out of, a typical 2,000 calorie diet, you're almost a quarter there. So the next one is what is referred to as lean chicken breast. And this feels, it's chopped up, but if I squished it all down, it would be maybe a quarter of the jar. And it is a little over 200 grams. And this was 45 grams of oil. But 200 grams doesn't fill your tummy, and that is still high in fat. It's 400 calories and no fiber, no real vitamins or minerals. It's got some iron and it's got protein, but it's high in fat as well. Now, the third one I couldn't fit in a jar. I bought this bag of spinach from Costco yesterday, and it is 1 pound, 454 grams. And in this, I would have to eat 4 full bags of this spinach to get my 400 calories. Now, I'm not going to eat 4 bags of spinach in one sitting. I would take, I'd take a couple of good handfuls of this and steam them and add some tomatoes and onions and mushrooms and some other things to make 400 calories. I'd water saute them so I didn't add the oil to bump up the calories and keep it super nutrient dense. Or I'd make a ginormous salad out of it, add some other things, some romaine lettuce, or I'm making lots of noise with that. But you get the idea. 4 bags of that spinach is equal to the calories in these 2. So nutrient density, the spinach is super nutrient dense. Eat large volumes of nutrient dense foods. As you can see behind me, that's what I love. I eat fruit for breakfast. Sometimes I throw a few seeds and stuff, so that increases the calories, but salads and soups for lunch, and then great food. You can eat some meat, but so I'm not telling you need to go vegan or vegetarian, but you just need to be aware of the nutrient density and use the other foods that are high in nutrient density as your main events. So hopefully you understand that. We'll look at more foods next week and look at their nutrient densities just so you get a better idea. But let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully you can enjoy a nice vegetable soup or big salad today and fill yourself up with nutrients and vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and the magical fiber that we all need so much. So take care. Till next time.